If you clicked on this video, you either have a sense of curiosity, a love for Swiss precision, or you simply pressed the wrong button. No judgment here. Today, we're diving into a pistol that even I, a die-hard Swiss weapon maniac, couldn't quite figure out why it exists. Buckle up, my friends, and don't expect logical explanation behind some of the features behind this pistol. Remember, Sphinx, the Swiss gun maestro, hits financial rock bottom. QB&T swooping in like a firearm fairy godparent, buying out the Sphinx hardware post-bankruptcy. Now, what do they do with this treasure trove of Swiss craftsmanship? They birthed the USV, a beast of firearm that even left me scratching my head. But hold your horses, there's redemption in the tale. The frames from the Sphinx days, now being reborn, were incarnated into the B&T Mark II. Courtesy of some light machine work magic. And if your heart craves a pistol that's even Sphinxier, meet the Phoenix, the rightful heir of the Sphinx IP. Both the Sphinx and the Mark II are like unicorns in the firearm world. They look pretty damn nice. Only about 1500 Mark IIs are set to grace this earth. Yep, you heard it right. Rarity in the world of firearms is like finding a needle in a haystack. And the Mark II is that needle. Let's dissect the B&T Mark II DNA. The slide, a ragged slab of steel. The upper grip, a sleek dance of aluminium. And down below, we've got good old polymer. Initially, it came with a rubber grip, but here's a confession. I'm not a fan of caressing rubber while shooting. In fact, it feels like handing a plastic bag to pick up dog poo. Yes, I hate it that much. So, I made a questionable decision and swapped it out for this aluminum beauty from the Phoenix Predator. Yeah, it was expensive as a guilt trip, and I'm feeling a bit ashamed. Call it my first pain point. But let's dive into the sights. The front sight, stealth mode engaged. It's blacked out, adding a touch of mystery to your target acquisition. The rear sight, however, has two dots. Useless dots. Maybe those were the leftover parts from things. I hope so, because the guy in charge of this decision pisses me off. It makes zero sense manufacturing such a painful sight picture. Pain point number 2 for this pistol. Now, let's talk about pain point number 3. Those sights are so low, it feels more like they came from a Formula 1 wind tunnel design for maximum aerodynamics. They're so low. How am I supposed to see what I'm shooting at when a suppressor is mounted? But wait, remove one screw and you can mount a red dot, the Shield RMS. But the catch is, it's one of those dumb ones that I also dislike. In fact, I once owned the Fusion with the RMS, but I hated the red dot so much that I sold the entire firearm. So, the slide cut is made for the Shield RMS, like a sneak peek into the crystal ball of B&T Firearms' future. Speaking of future, the upcoming pistol, the USVP, is gearing up with a version that embraces the acro or RMR cut. It's like B&T is playing a chess with us, a 4D chess of the firearm. And then, a plot twist. The barrel thread pitch has a left-handed thread because, well, just because. Now, here's a fun fact to cap it off. The B&T Mark II has a soft spot for CZ75 mags from my trusty Shadow 2. And get this. Those USV A1 30 rounders, compatible with all CZ75 type pistol. If that doesn't make you, oh, this looks interesting. Well, my friends, I don't know what will. Now, let's talk about the trigger. It's a revelation. Pulling it is like unlocking a secret door. It's not just a trigger, it's a rendezvous with controlled chaos. A sensation that tells you this isn't your average firearm. The Mark II continues the Swiss legacy of triggers that feel like a symphony of precision and rebellion. All Mark IIs come with single action, double action straight from the factory, equipped with a safety that, let's be honest, feels like a wet sock. I've got to say, it's like trying to secure your valuables with a wet noodle. Now, in all seriousness, this thing shoots like a champ. It might demand a bit more love in form of lube when it's fresh from the factory to ensure it cycles smoothly. But after 50 rounds, it magically cycles flawlessly, transforming into a relentless beast on the range. Let's talk serious business. I'm a fan of the CZ75 and all its glorious variants. And you know I've spent my money like a headless chicken on this pistol. Even if it's just going to chill in my vault. But here's the thing, I like it. Scratch that, I love it! The B&T Mark II has earned its place in my heart and in my vault for its undeniable charisma. Because, let's face it, spending money like a headless chicken might not always be rational, but hey, when it comes to firearms, love is often irrational, isn't it? If you're a die-hard collector and want that pure B&T goodness in your arsenal, then by all means, you have my blessing. The Mark II is a unique creature with its quirks and charm. However, if you're feeling a bit adventurous and want to explore the root of Swiss craftsmanship, there's a couple of contenders that might tickle your fancy. First up, the OG Sphinx SDP, the original gangster of the Swiss firearm world. If you're yearning for the authentic Sphinx experience, this could be your holy grail. Now, for those of you who want the true air, we have the Sphinx Fusion or Predator. These pistols carry the legacy forward, marrying tradition with modern innovation. They're like the refined descendants of Sphinx, offering a taste of classic Swiss touch with a contemporary twist. So, the choice is yours. Each has its own tale to tell in the grand saga of Swiss firearm. The decision, my friends, is part of the adventure. Thanks for investing your time in this exploration of the B&T Mark II. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to share them in the comments below. For me, the B&T Mark II is proving that even firearms can have majestic flair. Until our next adventure, keep your safeties not so soggy, stay safe and guachos. With a wet noodle.